putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. Fellow at the Robert J. Dole Institute. Like to think of myself as a thought leader of sorts. And my hope is that we are all thought leaders. That if I am a thought leader, I'm creating that same type of thought leadership in you, because I want to expose these leftists for who they are. I want to expose the lies. They want us to believe that they're going to revamp Hollywood. They're not revamping Hollywood any more than they revamped Planned Parenthood. We had Planned Parenthood on the ropes, and we let them off. Now we got to start over. It wasn't offensive enough that they killed babies, and we added to that. They kill the babies and sell their baby parts, sell the parts to go get themselves Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and they laugh about it in undercover videos, and we couldn't get rid of them. Shame on us. So we've got Hollywood saying, we're going to eradicate all this sexism, all this misogyny, all this war on women, all the things that they accuse men on the conservative side of the aisle of doing. Remember when Michelle Obama said, I look across the aisle and I see rich, white, Republican men. That's all they got. I look over here, we got all kinds of colors. We got reds and blacks and oranges and yellows and blues and hues and purples and men and women and you got sexual predators that live right, in wide open, condoned by people like Michelle Obama, who's over pointing the finger across the aisle at men who fight for righteousness. Those Republican men, you know what they did as she pointed her finger at them? They freed black people years ago from the very folks that Michelle Obama exonerates on her side of the aisle. Those men. Oh, well, Kevin, they're now progressives. They no longer feel that way. They don't want black people enslaved. Really? The very people who now say that slavery is when very wealthy black men or poor black men are hired by white men at a 70% rate, and those white men make those black men into multimillionaires, and that is now the new definition of slavery. That's the ones you want us to listen to? That's who's the voice of reason in this discussion? But Hollywood, they'll straighten out. Yeah, because you know what? Racism has been straightened out by Barack Obama and his ilk, right? Black folks feel like they've got a shot in America, don't they? Black folks aren't committing crime. Black folks are graduating high school and college at astronomical rates in comparison than before Barack Obama, are they not? Crime has been so far down in black communities, it's hardly noticeable. The police don't even need to go there. If a cop's in a black neighborhood, he's over there for no good. He's over there to make trouble. Women are doing great in the time of Barack Obama, are they not? Pregnancies are down, teenage pregnancies, high school dropout rates, business starts, all of it improved under Barack Obama, did it not? Not. Black folks lost ground, and the left will still tell you we're helping them. We're helping black people. Just like they're helping women. Hillary Clinton said, I've been working for decades to help women. I help women. I help women internationally. I help women, blah, blah, blah. We played a clip of Hillary talking about all the help she and Barack Obama gave to women all over. Not just American women, around the world.
Our society still does not sufficiently value women. We still don't condemn sexual assault as loudly as we should.
Women's rights are human rights, and human rights are women's rights, and I believe that with all my heart.
We make excuses. We look the other way.
I went to 112 countries for all of you. I raised it in every country.
The message that sends can have a chilling effect on our young women.
I looked across the table at dictators and authoritarians and chauvinists and sexists and misogynists. Yeah.
I want to start by thanking Harvey Weinstein. He is a wonderful human being, a good friend, and just a powerhouse.
Got to give the GOP credit for that one. Good job, GOP. About time he did something. They're bringing it to the attention this whole thing to the attention. Look, they said, we're shining a bright light on aggressors and powerful offenders as an example to every other employee out there. I'm reading from an article in Variety. As the chorus of accusers grows daily, as Weinstein finds himself isolated and abandoned by the A-list stars and directors he once claimed as friends, the conversation in Hollywood is pointing to a major shift. The hope in the industry is that the alleged, I love this, abhorrent behavior by Weinstein and the other perpetrators will trigger some genuine soul searching across the entertainment business and beyond. Right. Yeah, these guys are going to stop on a dime and they're going to reverse course. They're going to say, you know what? My power, it means nothing. I'm just going to leave it alone. And for the record, I was making a point earlier that these guys don't last long. You screw up a couple of films and you're done. You're toast. So they take advantage of what they can do as long as they can. Weinstein's lasted because he started his own company, Miramax. Then he sold it. And then he started another company, the Weinstein Company. And then he became top dog. He got a couple of good scripts and he's survived. A lot of these guys, they know I got 2 to 5 years. So they see their rise to the top as I better get all I can as long as I can. Yeah, I'm just telling you, that's what it is. They said instead of simply inspiring big names in the industry to release anodyne comments that are light on substance and heavy on synonyms for deplorable, there's an urge to have a deeper conversation about how to improve the climate and culture in Hollywood so whistleblowers are supported and predators aren't rewarded with corner offices, private jets, and license to operate with impunity. Well, good luck with that. There's a system in place. Do you know there's a guy, not at Weinstein's company because his brother got him out, but there is a guy at every one of these companies who has witnessed what his boss is doing, or a girl, and they are ready to step in. The minute that person leaves, they're ready to step in. This is guys and girls. Fat shaming, color shaming, hair shaming, eye color shaming, skin color shaming, dialect shaming, everything. All of them. Trying to act like, this is something new. This article goes on. Pretty much all anyone can talk about is how can we prevent this situation from happening again? Yeah, I'm sure that's the buzz in Hollywood. That ain't the buzz in Hollywood. The buzz in Hollywood is, I'm hopeful that I can settle with enough people that nobody blows the whistle on me. How many phone calls do you think publicists and these they have these people, these sin eaters, these guys that go around and find the people that you've wronged, and they say, look, we understand we have some issues. You signed this non-disclosure, says you're not going to say anything. Bada bing, here's a check for $100,000. You're a waiter or waitress, that got rejected and had to give it up on the casting couch, and you need the money. Done. 6-figure payouts, you better believe, are happening all over that city. The people, you watch the number of cars and apartments that get upgraded and things like that over the next year or so in Hollywood. They say all this. We all know the past can't be changed. All we can do is change the future. Whatever. Hollywood, you're not fooling us. This particular writer goes on to say this. But is an industry that gave convicted rapists Roman Polanski and Oscar lionized and named buildings for sexual predators like MGM founder Louis B. Mayer and looked the other way as Weinstein's behavior with women became an open secret ready to change? And you could go on. Alfred Hitchcock. Go look at all these old school producers and directors and what have you and watch. Go look at their records and then see, Google sexual, assault, sexual harassment, whatever. Google something. You'll find, settled with so-and-so, settled, didn't do, blah, blah, blah. They said, will the latest abuse scandal, the worst in modern day movie business history, force studios to embrace a zero tolerance environment where it will no longer be possible for powerful men to prey on actresses and underlings and not be held accountable for their bad behavior? We're asking this question in a time when, if you are Rex Tillerson at ExxonMobil and you were accused of this, there's not a hole deep enough to bury you in. There's nowhere you could hide on God's green earth. And they're asking this question, Hollywood, do we need to change our culture so that we can no longer do those kinds of things that nobody else can do? I don't know. What do you think? Will that disrupt Hollywood? What will it do to the system? if we allow this kind of change. It's too disruptive. And you're going to be people, it's too much. No, don't do it. Studio executives and filmmakers believe the litany of accusers who are coming out of the shadows could represent an inflection point in Hollywood. Come out of the shadows, folks. Start telling us who did it. They don't want to do that for a reason. They don't want to upend their business. They like it this way, folks.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.